And only mode.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. How are you? I hope everything's well today. Hi, this is Joni Ogg, and I'm here with Chad Burt. Chad, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, great. And we're going to go ahead and get started in just a minute here. I really happy to see that you're here to join us as we learn a little bit more about outsideagents.com. I thought I'd just take a couple minutes as we start out to maybe share with some of you here how I think it's so important to choose the right host agency partner when you want to see your business succeed and grow. And perhaps I've had the pleasure, hopefully, of speaking with some of you before at a travel industry event or one of our seminars. But if not, let me introduce myself to you virtually. My name is Joni Ogg, and I have the honor of being a part of this great industry for over 38 years now. But who's counting? At the Travel Weekly home based agent show just last week in Fort Lauderdale, and Chad was there as well, I was referred to as an icon, which I translate to be an antique. All kidding aside, though, I do love this business as much today as I did when I started working for my mother's travel agency as a teenager. Of course, my reasons then were a little different. I was into clothes, and it was all about how much shopping I could do and how much I could work for her to get the money to shop. But today, I do it because it's my career, and I absolutely love it, and can't imagine doing anything else. So, for those of you who are on the call today, who are old seasoned folks like me, I won't call you old, but seasoned folks like me, or for those of you who are relatively new, or for those of you who are brand new, I welcome all of you that are veterans, and to new folks, I say welcome to our industry. It's an incredible business. In 1996, my husband Tom and I wrote the book How to Start a Home Based Travel Agency, which we're proud to share has enabled tens of thousands of entrepreneurs in the United States and abroad to fulfill their dreams of owning and operating their own travel business. This book is now in its 21st printing with the April 2012 edition. And since that very first issue, we've spent our careers motivating travel agents to be the best that they can and encouraging them to enjoy every single second of the journey to success. And we well know how very important it is to make the right choices when choosing a business partner. And a relationship between a host agency and an independent travel consultant is so very important. Trust, respect, honesty, integrity, and ethical business practices are just a few of the ingredients needed to make a successful marriage between a host and their agent partners. Right now we operate the travel industry's number one social media. We're really happy and proud to say that we are just about at 11,000 active travel professionals participating by helping one another on a daily basis to stay on top of all they need to know about selling travel. We've worked with the evolution of the host agency model from its very beginning in the 1980s. See, there goes that icon and antique part. And we continue to maintain today superb relationships with some of the most credible and highly respected host agencies in an effort to help agents that we know find the right match for their businesses. This long history allows me the experience of seeing and understanding the past and the present state of the host agency models that we see today. Working through a hosting platform, such as that offered by outside agents, really does enable you, the independent travel consultant, experience, buying power, credibility, clout, financial security, knowledge, training, and there's just so much more. Some host agencies have grown to considerable size over the last decade, so they can offer commissions, overrides, and technology that's not really typically available to an individual agent working on their own. This is exactly the kind of thing you're going to find out about today as you listen to Chad share with you their program details and what their goal is to help you maximize your earning potential. Tom and I are really proud to share that Outside Agents is featured on www.homebasedtravelagent.com as one of our recommended host agencies. And this January, we're excited to announce in 2013, we will be launching a brand new site called www.findahosttravelagency.com. And we're really thrilled that Chad's agency there will be a part of it as well. So that enough experience and knowledge, hopefully, to share a little bit with you about history. But I'd really like to let Chad get into it and really give you the details about who are we at outsideagents.com. Chad, you want to take it away?
Thank you very much, Joni. That was very insightful. And it's true this industry is growing a lot in the host, especially in the host agent sector. I want to just kind of jump in real quick and just kind of introduce myself and my company. First of all, OutsideAgents.com and its parent company, Cruises and Tours Unlimited, has been around since 1992. We just on November 1st celebrated our 20th consecutive year in business. In fact, we're very proud of. And equally proud are we of our staff with hundreds of years combined experience, which is very important to an agent because while some of us, particularly me, like to think that I know everything, it's good to have staff that you can fall back on and ask questions from and get intelligent, accurate answers from. Because of our staff and our time in the industry and our growth, we've actually passed our 7th consecutive year of triple-digit year-over-year revenue growth. And more important to you, our 7th consecutive year where our per agent revenue has been up at least 30% year over year. That's a huge fact for you as an agent to know that you're working with an agency that's giving you the tools, the education, the materials, the support necessary to boost your revenue. And something we're also very proud of is that we're a host that my business partner and I were looking at this here just recently. Over half of our new members come by referral from another agent. So yes, we do advertise, we do in print and online and whatnot, but more and more we're just kind of sitting back and letting our reputation bring agents to us, which is a very nice feeling. We, like Joni, maintain a social network that I'm very proud of. We have over 3,800 travel professionals that are a part of it, with over 1,000 unique agents visiting each and every day. And I'll talk more about that here in a little bit. The bottom line is, though, and I like to kind of boast about this, we are a total solution. We have everything you need to get up and get out there and be successful with your business, and to do it essentially for free. So without further ado, let me just talk a little bit about the support we offer. Very proud of our support. Everybody says that they're there, they're committed to you, they're there to help, they've got your back and so on. I'm the only national host agency in North America that I know of that actually gives you our personal cell phone numbers. If there's ever a problem or ever an issue, my personal cell phone number is 904-316-7885. I do that just so you guys know that I'm committed to taking care of you. If there's ever a problem, issue, concern, worry, suggestion, and so on, and for some reason normal channels aren't working, I'm always available at the office, but if that's just not cooking it, call my cell phone. I'm here to help you out. In terms of support, we offer full office, back office support, accounting, groups, ticketing, fully customized brand invoicing, booking review and verification, one-on-one support. And I'll talk more about this later on, but one of the goals of my organization is to never, ever assign an agent number to any of my agents. I want to know you by name. And so I want that kind of relationship, that rapport there so that, we can get on with business and get things done, without going through too many formal channels. We also have a new mentoring program with one-on-one business development support that I'll talk about here in just a minute. And then, of course, there's lots of support from peers within our agent community. I'm very proud of the amount of information that's exchanged in our agent community via questions, via joining clubs and groups, via live chat, and so on. So we'll talk more about that here in just a minute. Next, let's talk about the bottom line. This is about making money, and so we have to be a total profit solution for you too. So with our company, you can earn up to 90% of all commissions, and that I don't play any silly little games with commissions. If there's a marketing override, a TC, bonuses, anything that we can track at a booking level, you're going to get your split of it. Okay? There's no back office deals, no nothing. You're going to get your full commission split. And, we're one of the largest host agencies in North America, so we're definitely at top commission tier levels with nearly every vendor on earth. Now, combine this commission split level with the fact that we have no required fees. Let me emphasize that with you. The program that has made us as successful as we are today is absolutely free. And people ask me, why is it free? Why don't you charge fees? I don't need to. I have plenty of revenue coming through, and it's great marketing, to be honest with you. The fact that you can go to our website at outsideagents.com and just sign up and check it out is huge marketing. And I am confident enough in the program that I know that once you go and check it out, the vast majority of you are going to stay. You don't get to have 3,800 agents because people didn't like the program. So again, it's free. It's outsideagents.com. And at the end of this presentation, I'm going to encourage you to go sign up and see if it's a good fit for you. But it's free. Okay? Now, part of profits is efficiency. So we offer you, and I'll talk more about this as I talk about technology, but we offer you a number of tools ranging from client relationship management software to booking, research, and fulfillment tools to marketing, free direct mail and email marketing systems, everything you need so that you can get your day done efficiently. Remember, time is money and efficiency counts. And then, of course, you want to see how you're doing in your business. So obviously, we have real-time commission tracking where you can go in and look and see what you've made, what you've been paid on, what you're going to be paid on, how much you sold year to date, how close you are to different commission levels, and so on. And we just installed that here about 9 months ago, and it's just awesome. Here moving forward, here's first quarter next year, we're actually going to take that commission tracking to another level with expense tracking, graphing. You're going to be able to see profit and loss. You're going to be able to actually track all of your business in one spot and see it all in a graph form. Now let's talk about marketing. In order to make money, you've got to get the message out, right? So as I mentioned, we have a free automated email marketing system with fully integrated list segmentation. That's a mouthful of words, meaning that you can get the right message to the right client, and you can do it for free. Okay? Now we also have a below-cost direct mail marketing platform. And basically what this does is we kind of pre-co-op, if you will, with vendors on the backside to create marketing pieces for you through our partnership with Engagement, a product provided to you by segmentation.com, which you'll have full access to, everything that they offer. But basically what it allows you to do is go through and very quickly put together a direct mail or email piece and deliver it to your clients virtually for free. I mean, it's basically the cost of postage. The direct mail program typically runs 40 to 50 cents per piece, which if you've ever tried to go down to Kinko's, make a colored copy, and put that a stamp on it, send it to a client, you know that 50 cents is dirt cheap, and especially considering that it's being created for you by professionals. It's being branded as you, completely, totally as you, with your logo, your contact information, your call to action, and so on. And it's being all that's being done for you for free. All you got to do basically is put a stamp on it. One of the things we also kind of pride ourselves on is our custom marketing plans and one-on-one consultations and guidance, which we achieve success in this in a couple ways. One, my business partner Steve and I have been in the business for a long, long time. And what we like to do is for agents that are interested is sit down and talk to you a little bit, get to know you. Find out what your resources are, what your goals are, and so on, and try to put together an action plan for you to start building your business. Now, why do we do this? Because, frankly, we don't get paid until you get paid. So we're extremely interested in helping you get paid. The second thing we do is we have a couple of in-house agents who have between them about 15 years experience as agents and about 10 years experience as trainers who will sit down with you and continue the process of kind of exploring your business objectives, seeing how you're doing, keeping up with processes, seeing what's working, seeing what's not working. So a lot of times it's not so much that an agent can't do their own marketing plan, is that they don't know which way to go. So a lot of times if we can just nudge them in the right direction, it's good for everybody. For producing agents, we have co-op available on a case-by-case basis where we will partner with proven, vetted agents to develop co-op-backed marketing plans to help you get out your message. So we've done everything from sponsoring booths to sponsoring print ads to direct mail to just anything you can imagine. If it seems like a good idea and we know that you're serious and we know that you know what you're doing, we're going to back you as much as we possibly can. And then again, we have our agent support network and our social network. Now, for those of you that are new or those of you who have been around a while, training is going to be key to your success. I've told this story a bunch of times. My mom was a travel agent for 33 years. She used to sit at a desk next to me. And the week that she was retiring, I looked over and she was doing a sandals training. And I laughed and I said, "What are you doing, Mom?" And she said, "Force of habit." So she was just so used to doing trainings. And I understand the importance of that. She's a very good agent. She was very knowledgeable. So we offer over 100 hours of recorded training that's updated regularly. We do 45 plus live internet trainings every single month. 3 to 7, sometimes more every single week, plus some on the weekends. We're training fanatics. So we bring in vendors, destination specialists, technologies, marketing specialists to talk to you guys. And they're just like these events here where they're done via webinar, and you can kind of come and go as you please. And of course, we offer FAM, seminars, and property inspections to well-qualified agents. We do require that you have a clear and IATAN card, and that you maintain at least a 3-to-1 booking ratio of clients to self-bookings in order to take advantage of these. But once you hit that ratio, which is very simple if you're an active agent, then of course we're very supportive of on-site education. And then of course I had mentioned the mentoring from experienced agents. This is critically important. Even if you have been in the business 38 years, it doesn't hurt to sit down with somebody who's been in the business too and maybe has a different perspective on things. Bat around ideas. 2 heads are always better than one. It's just important that you have that kind of insight from fellow professionals. Even Joni and I collaborated on the subject line for this for the email that went out announcing this. So it's always good to bounce ideas off of somebody who knows what they're doing. Of course, we offer CLIA and IATAN cards for qualified agents. Again, we very much support the production requirements of IATAN. As a matter of fact, for CLIA, we've added our own requirements that you have at least $5,000 in sales prior to taking advantage of that program. We do that just because, as many of you are aware, there's a huge card mill problem in the industry today, and we definitely don't want to go down that road. So we have those in there to protect the value of those credentials for you and to protect our integrity in the eyes of our vendors. Of course, we have live help available, and although our regular business hours are Monday through Friday, 9 to 6 Eastern Time, like I said, we give you our personal cell phone numbers, and if the vendor or supplier that you're working with can't help you with something, call us. Call us. We'd rather prevent a fire than have to put one out. And again, access to all kinds of information from your peers in our agent community. I'm always amazed at the insight and information that's available in our agent community. Now let's do a little geek speak. Let's talk about technology. Okay? We offer you Power Agent, which is powered by a company named Revlex. Revlex is arguably the 800-pound gorilla in the industry. And Power Agent is a fully integrated client relationship management platform and booking research and fulfillment tool, which enables you to go in, create clients, track everything that you do with that client, maintaining important client data, research air, car, cruise, tour, and hotel, create live quotes for them, complete with pictures, details, pricing, and so on, and then forward it out to them via email. I can go in, just to use as an example, I can go in and create a client, search every major cruise line on Earth, see inside, outside, balcony, and suite pricing across multiple vendors, decide what I want, check the availability, assign rate codes, manage residency rate discounts, age discounts, and so on, and assemble a quote and get it to a client in about a minute, 15 seconds. It's amazingly powerful. It stops you from having to hop through all these different websites to see what the various vendors are offering. And again, we give that to you for free. Now, it's not free to us. We pay dearly for it. But we find that the productivity benefit to our agents warrants the expense. It's going to help you sell more. It's going to make you look very professional, very polished. It's entirely web-based, so you don't have to worry about your computer crashing. And obviously, it's accessible from anywhere in the world. We also offer you Agent Studio websites. We have partnered with Agent Studio to offer you agentstudio.com websites with our live booking engine integrated into it. There's a cost associated with that because, of course, we get billed. But again, we just want to, and we still have free consumer websites. But if you want control over your website, if you want to be able to take your website and create something like this in about 2 minutes and have all the content maintained for you with news articles, videos, and so on being streamed in, and a live engine being maintained here for you, where customers can actually go in there and research, book, and purchase travel packages. This is a great opportunity for you. Again, we still have free ones, but if you want customizability and you want to be able to create something like this is the same technology platform, but she's integrated chat. She's integrated newsletter sign-ups. She's integrated all kinds of special pages within there with her own content. She's integrated a photo gallery here that she's showing off stuff about. Blog Talk Radio. She's got all kinds of little things that she's been able to integrate on this. And to be honest with you, it's not hard. It's super easy. So you can do whatever you want with your website for a nominal monthly fee. But again, we have free websites available for you if you want them. Of course, we'll give you access to all the booking engines you want. And of course, the major booking tools out there, VAX, Consolidated Shopper. Actually, Consolidated Shopper is no longer around, I think. I'll speak that down. Sorry. World Agent Direct, but you get the point. Pretty much anything you want. Again, the free basic consumer website with live inventory. We have Clientees available if you want something more available, more robust in terms of CRM. We have a searchable knowledge base that spans tens of thousands of pages. Everything that we create in our forum gets archived and is fully searchable so that you can retrieve that information and apply it to your daily work. Now, of course, our vendor relationships are probably one of your primary concerns. And I can tell you this, we're very, very, very well connected in the industry. I'll put it that way. Okay, we get up to 21% commission on travel, up to 37% commission on insurance. We have access to thousands of exclusive vendor groups. We have an entire group department that all they do is hold spec space and manage groups so that you can go in there and take advantage of any number of different amenity opportunities. We have exclusive pricing programs, extensive vendor training programs. Again, co-op opportunities are available for well-vetted agents. And of course, we're one of the only host agencies in the business that give our vendors direct access to you in the forum. Okay? Most hosts are very protective about their access to their agents. Our thought is, being socially centered, that it's important that we facilitate their interaction with our agents. And so what we've done is allowed our preferred vendors to go in and participate in our community. And with the one caveat, no spamming. I don't want to see any specials. If you have something interesting to say, or you can reply to something in there, go for it. If you'd like to make some friends, go for it. One of our reps has nearly 700 friends in the forum, and he sends out special little stuff for them every so often before he releases it to the general community. So we're kind of leveraging those relationships because we understand that in this virtual world, as an independent contractor, you are exactly that. You're virtual and alone. So it's important that we reconnect you with as many people as we can, including colleagues and our sales representatives. And that brings it, let me just talk about the social network that we're so proud of here. Okay? It is critically important to you as an agent, as you're going through your business day, that you have connections with the industry. Gone are the days when you might overhear an idea while standing at the water cooler, or gone are the days when you could lean back over your shoulder and ask your coworker a quick question. Gone are the days when you heard your coworker pick up the phone and talk to a vendor that you hadn't heard of before. Okay? So it's important that we reconnect in the industry. This isolation is it's starving us in a way. So go in my network. You can make friends. You can see what your friends like. You can see what your friends are doing. You can vote for favorites. You can. We have a private email system where you can email back and forth between your friends. So you don't necessarily have to give away your personal email address if you want to, friend somebody within this community. And of course, whenever you get an email in the community, you're notified via your regular email. So there's a lot of social integration in there and everybody has a forum. All the hosts have a forum. But we're the only one that put it top dead center and made it a priority. Everybody has tools, everybody has resources, but we're the ones that said, hey, let's connect here, or reconnect, I should say, and let's leverage the power of, crowdsourcing, of knowing people in the industry. And, being able, I should say the most active private community in the industry with thousands of agents participating every day. Over 1,000 unique visitors every single day. You can see events and sales in real time as they're posted. You can connect content to external sources, well, certain content, not all content, but certain content to external social networks so you can show your other buddies what's going on. And then we give you, within the forum, you have your own customizable agent page for your friends to see. So you can post your statuses, your galleries, you can interact, you can see what's going on, and not have to be in the full public view. So at the end of the day, you're asking yourself, so what's different about you? Okay. Well, I'll put it this way. First of all, as I pointed out earlier, we're committed to your success. Everybody says that, but I just gave you my cell phone number. So if there's ever a problem or concern, I want you to call me. Okay.
Love it.
We are socially centered. That is, I think, critical to us. I think there's technology developed. It served to both simultaneously to both connect us and separate us. And so it became a lot easier to shoot off an email than to make a telephone call. And so a lot of this socialization, getting to know people, has kind of dwindled away. And so we're really trying to lead the charge to reconnecting agents with each other and with other resources within the industry. As I mentioned others just a moment ago, we're crowdsourced. What does that mean? The more people you get together thinking about something, the more information can be gleaned. I mean, you can also get some pretty wild opinions, but I'll say you can get more perspectives and more information than ever before from like-minded professionals. We're cloud-based. Okay? Most hosts now, are still offering GDSs that have to be installed locally on a machine, and just different stuff that are dependent on your local machine, your laptop. Our thought is that I want you to be able to access every tool in the book from your iPhone, and we're just about there. We're completely cloud-based. If you've got a web browser, you're in business. iPhone's the screens are a little small, but we're working on that. But if you've got an iPad, if you've got any kind of internet access, you're in business. You have access to everything you need to do business right there on the spot. And that, speaks to us being cutting edge. We're, big early adopters of technology. Obviously, we vet technology and beat it around until it suits our needs, and we've proven that it works. But we're not afraid to bring something to you that is new, because new stuff drives business. We have a new mobile app that's available for you now that allows you to customize destination guides for your clients. They're fully branded as you. They're free to your clients, and off they go. It's a mobile app that makes you look pretty slick, pretty professional. So again, cutting edge. Again, committed to you. I keep on saying that, but at the end of the day, my belief is this: and if you can't get hold of your business partner, you need a new business partner. And I think that is absolutely critical in business. So again, as I started off by saying, I like to think of this as the total package. We have everything you need to get up and running, be successful, boost your annual year-over-year growth by 30%. We have everything you need to really get out there, compete, and more importantly, win. And remember, we're totally free. So my pitch to you, my suggestion, if you will, is to go to our website at outsideagents.com. That's outsideagents with an S.com. And sign up. If you like it, awesome. If it's not for you, I understand. But at the end of the day, you got a chance to kick the tires and see just how high of a quality program we have. So at this point, Joni, I don't have access to any of the chat
I
questions.
know. Unfortunately, we're having a little technology glitch, folks, and I apologize. I can see, but Chad's not able to see questions. So I wanted to first off, anybody has any questions they'd like to ask Chad, I'm going to go ahead and ask him for you, but you just need to type them in there in the questions, and then we'll go ahead and go from there. I did have a couple of questions while people are just getting comfortable doing that, Chad, if I could. First of all, I want to thank you. That was terrific and a lot of great information. I first of all want to share with you guys, I got to tell you, when it comes to technology, Chad really rocks on that. And I say that because I've actually called on him numerous times to have him help me with things, because I know he is so good at these things. I will tell Tom, my husband, who of course thinks he's really good at these things, and of course he is, but I will check on him sometimes and go to Chad and say, Chad, what do you think? And he's been amazingly helpful to me, and I thank you for that, Chad. And I will say that you guys, he really knows his stuff. There's no question about it. That's a true compliment, because you really earned it. But I do have a couple of questions, then we'll go to the rest of them.
Sure.
I was wondering, on your customizable websites, can you give just a ballpark what a typical cost might be for like the one you shared with us?
You're looking at, depending on what you want integrated with it. This here's the higher end one, where you've got complete control over what's called the style sheet, the CSS, cascading style sheet. And what that means is I can add an unlimited number of pages. I've got all kinds of videos that I can embed however I want. I can change the website in any way I want. Okay, it's like basically I've got a content frame, and then the CSS to style sheets allows me to change its look and feel and layout and all that kind of stuff. And that is $49.99 a month. If you want that with E&O insurance, it's $59.99 a month, which is $10 a month for E&O insurance. It's a really good price. If you don't need that, if you just want to, click it, set it, forget it, and I'll come back to how important that is here in just a second. Click it, set it, forget it. This here is $18 a month, which $18 a month for thousands of pages of content, promotions, and everything being maintained for you is pennies. It's nothing. And I say that because of this. I've built a lot of websites in my life, and one of the things I've seen more people have problems with than anything else is maintaining the site. They might build something that's really cool, something that's really attractive, something that's awesome, but now they got to go in there and maintain it. They've got to come up with these articles here. They've got to come up with keep on maintaining their promotions. They've got to keep on packing it with news and updating different pages. In this environment, the reason I chose to partner with them, to bring this to our agents, is because clients or agents wanted the ability to customize their websites. In this version here, you've only got 3 customizable pages, but they're there, 3 pages. You've got 32 different templates you can choose from look and feel. But more importantly, with both programs, you've got this wealth of content. AgentStudio.com is owned by Travel Alliance Media, and they've got just unbelievable amounts of content to provide your websites with. This has a few benefits to you as an agent. One, again, it makes you look professional, which is the key reason an agent should have a website, is to look professional. Okay? The likelihood of somebody finding you on Google is slim and none. But your clients want to see a website. Nowadays, the guy that's raking the leaves in your yard, you ask him if he has a website. Everybody's supposed to have one. So this makes you look professional. And it gives your clients a reason to come back. There's more news, there's more information, there's updated stuff. So if you can click it, set it, and forget it with regard to your website, then I think it's $18 a month well spent.
Ah, great answer. Thank you. I was just kind of curious about that myself. Hopefully that helps some other folks. I do have some questions for you, so we'll start out first with Louise's. She says, "Hi, Chad. I'm with Outside Agents." Cool. Okay. And you mentioned the mobile app. She wants to know where she can find that.
The mobile app is actually powered by vacation.com, and if you'll shoot me an email after this, I will go ahead and grab that link for you because I don't know where it is off the top of my head.
Okay, I also had someone else who asked a similar question. What is the mobile app? Maybe she's looking for more. Lynn is maybe looking for a little more information on what the mobile app will do.
The mobile app, again, is the reason you have a website, the reason you have a mobile app, the reason you have letterhead, the reason you have an email newsletter is for branding. Okay, you want to appear professional with your clients. Email marketing, the performance of email marketing has plummeted over the past 3 to 4 years. Okay, but we still do it. Why? Because I think that performance is measured in the number of times they see our name more than the number of times that they actually buy something that's in the email. Okay, the same is true with the mobile app. What our mobile app does is it creates a customized destination guide for your client: restaurants, attractions, recommendations, social hooks, so that you can see kind of what's going on there as far as reviews. And then brands it with your logo, your contact information, your email address. They can email you right out of the app. And then you can send that to your client, send that link to your client. Well, what's that do for your image? That link makes you look like you're playing with the big boys, right? That makes you look very professional. Is the destination guide, any destination guide, ever going to be completely comprehensive? No. Is it very, very, very good? Yes. Does it remind your client that they purchased through you and that you're taking care of them? Absolutely, and that's the key. So yeah, it's a destination guide, branded as you. They're really cool. They've got a lot of wow factor to them, and again, it helps reinforce with your client that you're an agent that's taking care of them.
Oh, great. Okay, thanks. Got a few more questions. I've got a question from Sue. She's asking, what about airfare?
We book air.
Okay.
We're a non-GDS agency, which means that we have partnered with air consolidators. You can book air through Power Agent, no problem. It sits on top of the GDS, allowing you to book using Skybird's contracts and fares and whatnot like that, and it'll give you everything that you'd have access to via GDS. The GDS, to be honest with everyone, if domestic air is your thing, we're probably not the right agency. If you're doing, 10 or 20 tickets a month, 30 tickets a month, great. If you're trying to do 20 or 30 tickets a day, we might not be a good fit for you. Air is not our focus. simply because there's not a lot of money in it. There's almost no money and a lot of risk in it. So we have partnered with Skybird. If you do absolutely have to need a GDS, call me. I'll be happy to talk to you about it. We have had situations where we've had GDS connections set up through Skybird to an agent, so that you have access to that. But domestic air, yes, you can do it. Yes, it's convenient. Yes, it's all web-based. But no, it's not our strongest suit.
Okay, great. Good answer. Sue, I'd imagine what you might want to do is if you have more questions for Chad, I'm sure his information we'll be sharing at the end, and you could ask him more about that air side of it. I have another member or another person by the name of Tanya. She says, is there a quota that needs to be met yearly to remain a member of Outside Agents?
Yes, and it's very steep, very, very steep. You have to book anything once a year.
Okay.
Anything. A hotel for your cousin, travel insurance, I don't care. Anything. As long as you show up on a financial report someplace. Because look, I know that some of us do this seasonally. Some of us escort one group a year. Some of us aren't going to show up every month on the report. I get it. Some people are, staying at home, working from home. Some people are doing this part-time. So we have that requirement because, frankly, and honestly, if you can't sell one thing every year, you're probably not trying very hard.
Okay. That's good.
So
Good answer
that's
for
our
that
only
too.
requirement.
Okay, kind of along with that, what's kind of similar. We're talking about money. The next question comes from Bill, and Bill's wondering what is the commission split schedule, if you're willing to share that here on the call.
Sure. We start you off at 80% commission. At $10,000 a year in commission, we get you up to 85%. At $20,000 a year, we get you up to 90%. Now, if those thresholds sound a little high, they are. You got to understand that in order for us to bring business tools, support, and services to you, we have to have some margin. Once we get up to 90%, I'm operating at an average 1.5 to 1.7% margin, which is pretty thin. So it's 10,000 to 85 and 20,000 to 90%.
Great. Okay. Another question that Sue had was, do you have an IATA number? I'm assuming she's asking, do you have an IATA
Oh
or
yeah,
ARC or CLIA or what are you
yeah. We're
utilizing?
we're we're completely credentialed. We're non-ARC, but everything else 100%.
Okay. Another question I have is, Chad, I'm new to the industry. First of all, I want to say, Phil, welcome to the industry. And he's wondering, are you welcoming gay, lesbian, alternative lifestyle agents to your program?
Sure, absolutely. I've got a couple of agents that that's all they do is escort those kinds of groups. Perfect, not a
Great.
problem.
Okay, so there's probably some good synergy between folks that way. Okay. I
Sure.
have a question from Margaret, but I'm going to hold off on Margaret's because it's really to me, and I'll take that when we get closer to the end. I have a question from Connie, and she's asking, what is the cost? But I think you might have the slide that I see still up in front of me says totally free.
Yeah, it's free.
Okay.
There's no annual fees, no renewal fees, no silly fees, no fees. Nothing that you're required to pay.
Okay, great. I also had a comment for you from Lynn, who you've answered some questions for already, and she says, awesome. Thank you, Chad. And I love the branding. Is that free?
The branding, what?
I
I'm not
think
sure
she
I
means
understand the question.
how cool your logo and how everything you've done is just basically all your
Oh,
logo and such.
yeah, you can borrow anything you want. Anything that we have is fully licensed.
Okay. I hope that answered her question. She can come in if she has something else she wants to add to that. Let me see what else we've got here. How are credit card purchases handled? This comes from Margaret. And the costs.
Normally they're done through the vendor. However, we do have obviously in-house merchant accounts that you can use to process your credit cards. There is a 3% charge to do that. That's charged by the merchant company. And so 3%, you can do it online. You don't need our help. Or if you have a credit card that's having some troubles, you can always call in. We can process it on our open port credit card machine, which basically will take anything with 16 digits. So we
Okay.
can handle it in-house for you. There's a 3% fee associated with it.
Okay. Someone said Maria said she came in late and she was wondering if we're going to run it again. We won't be running this again, Maria, but we will be recording this. It is being recorded now. And we will be having this on our site at the travelprofessionalcommunity.com. So you'll be able to actually go ahead and log in and view it there as well. So definitely we do have it. We'll have it recorded. It may take us a little bit to get that up, but it'll be there for you. Another person says, do you welcome agents based outside the United States? Really good question.
Unfortunately, no. There's certain trade restrictions and whatnot that are kind of impede our ability to do that. There's also the ever ominous threat of the IRS not liking out-of-state independent out-of-country independent contractors. So unfortunately, North America, Hawaii, Alaska, and Puerto Rico agents only, please.
Okay. Had a couple of people ask the question about the app that you discussed earlier, the mobile app, what the cost of that is.
Actually, it's, as I recall, vacation.com, again, we're not charging anything for it. We're just giving you access to it. But as I recall, it's going to be like $6 per 4 destination guides,
Okay.
which is extremely cheap.
All right, great. Yvonne has a good question. She says, I assume we maintain our travel agency name and we use outside agents' IATA number to book. Are documents mailed directly to our agency or do they go to you?
Excellent question. Nowadays, almost all docs are e-docs, so that's very easy. Okay, you'll get your docs, no problem. With regard to companies that don't provide them, paper docs, then obviously they're going to come to we're going to request that you have them sent directly to you or the client, one of the two. If they won't do that, there's only 2 vendors I can think of that do that. Well, one actually, maybe 2, that will only send them here. Then of course we'll forward them to them, to you at no charge. If there are paper docs available, e-docs available, and you opt to have paper docs sent here, I'm going to have to charge you postage. I'll just charge you straight postage.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Wow, things have certainly changed. I remember when nothing could get sent to anyone but the host agency. So that's really cool that they're recognizing that. Another question I have is from Tiffany. Do commissions get paid at the time of final payment or after the vacation is completed?
Excellent question. We're moving to a system where we're going to be able to pay agents based on penalty dates. Okay, so that's coming. But currently, we pay on the 16th of the month, following the month of travel, pending receipt from the vendor via direct deposit.
Okay, great.
And let me just very quickly explain why that is. I'm not trying to make a 0.25% interest on anybody's commissions by holding on to something for a few days. Trust me, that's the least of my objectives here. In fact, it's more of a hassle to hold on to them than it is to just release them. But in my organization, there are no commission recalls. There's no adjustments. When you get your money is your money. We're done. Okay? We do that because if we pay you, let's say, at final, but that's not 100% penalty, then it's possible I think it's still cancel and that we could have a commission recall from a vendor, which means I'd have to pull it back from you. Since I don't charge any fees and I don't have a retainer on you or maintain a credit card for any of my agents, it's important that once everything's cleared, it's cleared and done. So again, I'm not trying to make, I don't know what the going rate in the bank is nowadays, but I think it's close to 0.25% or 0.5%. I'm not trying to make a profit on that. I'm just trying to make sure that we don't have to go back and forth with commissions. I don't ever have to call you up and say, hey, I need some money from you. So that's why we do it that way.
That makes sense. Okay, this next question I would love to answer, but I'm not going to answer it. I'm going to let you answer it. Then I'm going to answer after you answer it. Is it necessary to sign a contract? From Rosemary.
Absolutely.
Yay.
However, okay. Absolutely. It is. However, my contract, here's the thing. We have a real old school and therefore in today's age, really unusual business plan. I never want to be a gym membership that you can't get out of. Okay? If you want to leave, the door's as open to exit as it was to come in. I do that for a couple of reasons, and none of them have to do with being flippant. One is it keeps me wanting to do a good job. If I'm not doing a good job, I'm going to find agents leaving, and that's going to be, of course, hurt my bottom line, and more important, and equally importantly, my reputation, which we're very proud of. Okay. The contract simply defines our relationship. It's imperative that you have a contract as an independent contractor so that you can define that status for the IRS. We just went through a IC audit last year, and I had to produce all 30 or 3,000 or whatever contracts to show that each and every one of them were legit. And I was able to do that on the fly, not a problem.
Wow,
because
that's
we have
impressive.
these contracts. Well, that's the thing. I don't cut a check until I have that contract. Additionally, it's important that you understand the contractual relationship between yourself and your host for reasons beyond just exiting and leaving. Because frankly, it's very unlikely that somebody who's not charging you a fee is going to chase you down with an attorney. Okay, if you leave. So that's probably the least of your concerns. But it's important you understand any penalties, any leverages they might have against you. Okay, let me explain one thing about our contract that's critically important. I reserve the right to adjust commissions if an inordinate amount of work is required on one of your bookings by my staff. I've done it exactly one time in 20 years. But I had an agent book a large group, get their deposits, disappear for a year, and come back and want their commissions. So we require that you properly service your bookings. If we have to intervene, because of course the client's always in charge, then we're going to start adjusting commissions. I just mentioned that because that's one of those details that I probably should have mentioned in a sales presentation, but I think it's important for you as agents to understand that there can be clauses in a contract that you might not understand, and it's important then that you call that host or me. I'm happy to go through line by line with my contract. I wrote it. But it's important you call them and understand what that clause means. So, yes, imperative you have a contract, imperative you make sure that it's signed, and it's as imperative that you understand what you signed.
Okay, it's really important, and I'm really glad that somebody asked that question. It's everyone's protection. Everybody needs to do that. Just it's simply good business sense.
Yeah. Oh, and
Yeah,
Johnny, let me just kind of add in there. Also, what are your remedies? One of the things
exactly.
in our contract is even after you leave, we're going to pay you your commissions. You want to make sure the clauses like that are in there, so
Absolutely.
that a host doesn't mess with your money. So
This is
there's
meant
yes,
to
it
protect
protects both
both of
parties.
you, correct?
Correct.
Absolutely.
That's the idea.
Okay, so I have another few questions. Let's see here. We know signing up is free, but I'm sorry, but does it cost anything to have your very own outside agent's website?
We have a free version that's essentially our booking engine. That's excellent for embedding into other engines. I do a whole training on how to do that using free online web building tools. You've got Google Sites, you've got Yola, you've got we're real fond of Weebly and Wix. They're all free, and you can take our engine and embed it in there, no problem. Boom, free website, live booking engine, you're done. You've got control of the content, no big deal. If you want just our consumer booking engine, there's a one-time $25 setup fee that we get charged, so you have to pay that for us. And then after that, it's totally free.
Okay. I have a question that I'm going to answer, if that's okay with you, Chad, because I think
Sure.
that, and if I'm wrong, you correct me, okay? This question is
Okay.
from Karen, and she says, if I were to join, would I also be able to be to book trips under my current agency's IATA number? I think what she's trying to say, I hope I'm right here in assuming that she's saying if she were to come on with you and she was already with another agency, would those trips that she's currently has booked be credited at your agency? And the answer to that would be depends on the agency you currently have them booked with. If you've booked with another host agency at this point for for a trip that's on deposit, it would be up to that agency to release that booking to outside agents in order for you to continue with it, or you could just continue with it with that other host agency until these have finished and departed. Is that correct?
Yes, and if I can even add to that real quick, I recommend that if you're with currently with an agency and they're not doing a bad job, it's just, we look better. Leave the booking with them. They did their work. If they're going to pay you and you trust them, all that kind of stuff, leave the booking there. If you're afraid of financial insolvency or something like that, then maybe see if you can get it released to us. But what I recommend to agents is they're making a transition from one host to our agency is stay with them for a minute. Go ahead and straddle both for a minute. Make sure that my organization is as credible and supportive as I've painted it to be. Don't just draw a line in the sand and stop working with your current host if you're currently doing a good job. Straddle, ease on
Yeah,
over. I'm in no hurry.
that's a really a good statement to make, and I got to say that if that isn't a test to that you believe in what you're offering, I don't know what is because you're really giving
Right.
them an answer either way. I have one more question here, and then we'll start to kind of ease up here. I did have someone ask, is direct deposit the only form of payment, or do you mail checks out?
Direct deposit's the only thing we do.
Okay. All right. All right. Someone asked me a question, and that was, Joni, would you repeat where it is that this will be posted, where this webinar will be once the recorded webinar has been put on the site, and it'll be published to either both or one of these two sites. It will be www.homebasedtravelagent.com, or it will be at www.travelprofessionalcommunity.com. maybe at both of those sites. Depends on how my tech savvy husband works that thing out. But I'm sure that it'll be accessible for you probably within the next few days on one of those sites. And I'm sure all of you have access to that. I also did just send an answer to that question. Hopefully, all of you may have seen that gave you those addresses. Someone else asked me about our books. Gosh, thank you. I'll do an ad for my books. Thank you. You simply need to go to www.homebasedtravelagent.com, and all of the information there about ordering our books is available to you. And I appreciate that question. I didn't even pay that person, but I will pay them after the call is over with.
Free book.
Let's see. Yeah, get a free book. Okay, so let me just see what else I've got. Wow, someone just said something which I totally agree with, and I think it's probably the right way to end this, unless you have anything else you want to share. Chad, I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to let you kind of take the last few words, and we'll go from there. That was the best statement of integrity, Chad, when asked the question switching from another agency to outside agents, when you said that you could kind of straddle both. So Lynn, I agree with you wholeheartedly. That was an amazing answer, and I think the kind of partners we all want to work with are people that can give us answers like that. So I want to thank you, Chad. I learned a lot more today. I
Thank
thought I
you.
knew a lot about you, but I even learned more. And anything else
Thanks.
you want to add at the end of this, or?
Uh, Not much, just very briefly, outsideagents.com. Go sign up, take a look at it. Trust me when I say that I'm extremely confident with my program, but nobody's all things to everybody. So go take a look, kick the tires, see what you think. I challenge you to go post in my forum, hey, is this program as good as Chad says it is, and see the answers you get.
That's a good, good
I'd
point.
be willing to bet you nickels to donut holes that you'll get 100% positive response.
All right, where are you? Nickels to donut holes. I'm in California. I've never heard that comment before.
Really? That's out the Central Valley out there by my mom's from Hanford,
I
out there
never
by
heard that
Fresno.
one before. Love it. All
Okay.
right. Well, hey, everybody, you have all been incredible and stayed here on the call. I've been watching the attendee list and nobody's dropped off. Amazing. That's because he did a great job of sharing with us. So thank you, everybody, for your time today. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the afternoon, evening, or wherever you're located. And we look forward to seeing you on the community. Thanks again, Chad.
All right. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.